एफआईआई के सभी ऑडियंस को मेरा नमस्कार। आज का टॉक विद एन एक्सपर्ट प्रोग्राम शुरू करने से पहले मैं आप सब लोगों के साथ मिलकर श्रद्धांजलि देना चाहता हूं हमारे मार्गदर्शक और प्रेरणा स्रोत श्री दर्शनलाल जैन जी को, जो कि 94 वर्ष के अपने जीवन का कार्यकाल पूरा करके बैकुंठ धाम के लिए प्रस्थान कर गए हैं। श्री दर्शनलाल जी हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड दीपक जैन जी, जो डायरेक्टर जनरल हैं एफआईआई के, उनके पिता तो हैं ही, लेकिन उसके अलावा वे राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ हरियाणा के पूर्व प्रांत संचालक भी रह चुके हैं और हम सबके मार्गदर्शक और प्रेरणा स्रोत तो थे ही वो। और हम सब के लिए ये बहुत दुख की बात है कि वो हमें छोड़कर चले गए हैं, लेकिन अब विधि का विधान है। दर्शन लाल जी का ध्येय निष्ठ जीवन आने वाली पीढ़ियों को प्रेरणा देता रहेगा। उनके स्नेह दिल व्यवहार एवं सुगम कार्य पद्धति को हम कभी नहीं भूल सकते। उन्हें हमारी विनम्र श्रद्धांजलि। आइए दोस्तों, एक छोटा सा वीडियो श्री दर्शन लाल जी के बारे में।
मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में। कर्म पथ पर मुस्कुराओ सर्वदा, आपदाओं को समझ वरदान में। जग सुने और झूमे अनुराग में, उल्लसित हो नित्य गाओ गान में। चीर दल अजता निज तेज से, बन अजय निशंक में चलता रहूं। चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में। सुमन बन कर सज उठे जयमाल में, राह में जितने मिले वे शूल भी। धन्य में यदि जिंदगी की राह में, कर सके अभिषेक मेरा भूल भी, क्योंकि मेरी देह मिट्टी से बनी है, क्यों न उसकी प्रेम में पलता रहूं। चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में। मैं जलूं इतना कि सारे विश्व में प्रेम का पावन अमर प्रकाश हो। मेदिनी यह मोद से विल से मधुर, गर्व से उत्फुल्ल वह आकाश हो। प्यार का संदेश दे अंतिम किरण, मैं भले अपनत्व को छलता रहूं। चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में। चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में। चाह मेरी यह कि मैं जलता रहूं, जलता रहूं। मातृ मंदिर का समर्पित दीप में।
पूज्य माँ की अर्चना का एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ। पूज्य माँ की अर्चना का एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ। ऊंच है वह शिखर देखो, मैं नहीं वह स्थान लूंगा। और चित्रित भीतिका है, मैं नहीं शोभा बनूंगा। पूज्य है यह मातृ मंदिर, नींव का मैं एक कण हूँ। पूज्य माँ की अर्चना का एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ। मुकुट माँ का जगमगाता, मैं नहीं सोना बनूंगा। करूँगा। जगमगाते रत्न देखो, मैं नहीं हीरा बनूंगा। पूज्य माँ की चरण रज का एक छोटा धूलि कण हूँ। पूज्य माँ की अर्चना का एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ। आरती भी हो रही है, गीत बन कर क्या करूँगा। पुष्पमाला चढ़ रही है, फूल बन कर क्या करूँगा। मालिका का एक तंतु, गीत का मैं एक स्वर हूँ। पूज्य माँ की अर्चना का एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ। एक छोटा उपकरण हूँ।
Hello, good evening everyone. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Welcome to our weekly show, Talk with an Expert. I am your host, Dr. Dravya Jain. I am also associated with Federation of Indian Industry as a consultant. I have Mr. Sanjiv Arora as my co-host, who is also the IT team lead for FII.
Good morning, friends. Every week, we bring industry leaders to you. We talk about different sectors ranging from MSMEs, finance, media, startups to health, education, etc. We put across the ground reality in front of you and also discuss in details about the scopes in the particular industry. We educate our young entrepreneurs and provide them a platform for networking with other entrepreneurs and industry leaders. In our last episode, we discussed the union budget announced for the forthcoming year with CA Yatinder Khemkaji. For this special week, we have two very distinguished guests with us today. He is an industry leader, to say the least, but a visionary in true sense, Dr. Arvind Phukan. And I welcome you, sir. We are honored to have you on our show today. And I also welcome Ms. Rashna Nath, General Secretary, FII US Chapter. Welcome,
Thank
Rashna.
Thank you, Sanjiv. Very honored to be here with you and Dravya.
We have our respected Director General, Mr. Deepak Jain, with us. So I request Mr. Deepak Jain to welcome Dr. Phukan.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Yeah, namaskar.
You are always an inspiration to be with. And our both inspirations are today in the program. Rachna ji is also here and Phukanda is also there.
Thank you so much, Deepak ji. We're very excited to be here.
Me too.
When I read your bio, it took me 30 minutes to understand about the technicalities you have been through all your life.
Yes.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I hope with your vision and your wisdom, FII will be greatly benefited. Incidentally, we also have a chapter on water resources for the country. And I was talking to Dravya. I should say we'll be honored if you accept to be co-chair of that chapter.
Oh, certainly.
Thank you very much. Not only FII, but the government of India will be, certainly benefited with your wisdom.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I'm sure. That's my goal.
Yes. And
I think whole India, you'll see, we need to expose almost every state have flood and erosion problem. Kerala, Mysore, Bihar, everywhere. And Gangas, how much money they have been spending. 100,000 of crores.
Minister for Water Resources is a very dear friend of mine. And we are always in touch with him with the new thinking in our FII fold. The ministry. I'm now moving into an area where the signal is not present, so I'll cut off myself. Please carry on.
Thank you, Deepak ji, for being here for a while, and appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
So actually, he is out of station. He is going somewhere. And when I told him that today Dr. Phukanda is coming, we are recording the program of Dr. Phukanda. So he told that he will come for 5 minutes and talk with you and welcome you. So
yeah, that's great. Very nice of him. Very nice. These are some little things inspire you, to do more.
Yeah. So now I request Dravya to introduce about FII.
Thank you, Mr. Arora. Federation of Indian Industry is a not-for-profit organization. It is an advisory interface between the government and industries. A creation of industrialist and philanthropist Sri Deepak Jain with an objective to provide structured and comprehensive advice and information to young entrepreneurs, foreign investors, and government on business environment, prevalent laws, operational intricacies, and implementable solutions. FII offers a platform for networking and relationship building within and across the industrial sectors, policymakers, and the international business fraternity. Our Director General, Sri Deepak Jain, is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, thinker, writer, and an economic policies advisor. He has been associated with various industrial bodies and socially been very active in RSS organization. He was former independent director of HSIDC. Besides above, he is national working president of the Digambar Jain Mahasamiti, which is the largest body of Jains in the country. He has several papers and policy documents to his credit, which include Economic Vision Document for BJP, several papers on economics for Government of India, Yamuna Action Plan, Gold Bond Scheme, Voluntary Disclosure Scheme, and Industrial Policy for Haryana. FII is proud of his association with us as Director General. I would also take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Arvind Phukan's profile with all of us. He is a PhD scholar specializing in soil mechanics and rock mechanics and studied from Imperial College in UK. He has done postgraduate courses in river structure and hydropower. He is also an alumnus of IIT BHU, Varanasi, India. He is also the president and founder of Phukan Consulting Engineers and Associates and He's also the president and founder of Phukan Consulting Engineers and Associates. He specializes in civil, geotechnical, structural, and environmental engineering. He's also the vice president of FII US chapter. He is an active Rotarian. He's the man behind and founded the core professional group for the Brahmaputra, an NGO registered in India for the sustainable mitigation of flood and chronic erosion problem of the Majorili Island. He has been very recently conferred the prestigious Pravasi Bharatiya Samman by the President of India this year for environment technology. I welcome you, sir. We are honored to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
He is also the author of the book, The Determination to Succeed. It is an autobiography on Dr. Phukan's journey from Assam to Alaska. There were almost 4 pages of Dr. Phukan's profile that I had to cut short and put in front of all of us today. I would also introduce Miss Rachna Nath's profile with all of us. Ms. Rachna Nath is an internationally and nationally recognized innovator who is also an entrepreneur, grant writer, STEM enthusiast, and a passionate educator. She won the Global Innovation Award from Turnitin 2019, received the Honorable Mention for the Presidential Innovation Award for Environment Educators in the US, and also 2 Excite Awards from Levelson MIT Foundation, to mention a few. She has also been invited to join the Imaginary College as an honorary member at ASU. She has been featured in the Chandler Lifestyle 2020 Women of Chandler, recognized at the Women in Leadership Conference. Her story about her journey from 2003 to 2020 in the US was also published by Phoenix Voyage magazine. She is also a honeybee scientist and has 2 master's degrees. She has 3 patents pending from such students in various prototypes, from the anti-VOC scent bags to heat stress monitoring devices. She is also the proud mother of Ms. Diya Nath, who at the age of 14 years is an international best-selling author, health advocate, researcher, and entrepreneur. I welcome you, Ms. Nath. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Jain. Friends, when I would like to share something. When we hear or listen or watch some personality with great success stories and with the long, great profile, I say, so we get impressed and we get inspired. And we always wanted to know what this personality has something which resembles to our life apart from the professional life, which everybody wanted to know. So what Dr. Dravya has said, that is the professional profile. And I know Rachna ji personally, however, I haven't met personally, but I know personally she is a wonderful woman. And the great success story of her daughter Diya Nath can be seen in her eyes. So she is the actual creator of that story. Now, she is also associated with Dr. Phukan personally. So, I would like to request Ms. Rachna Nath to say something about Mr. Phukan, which is behind the Dr. Phukan. So, please, Rachna ji, will you please tell us something which is which our audience would like to know personally?
Thank you, Sanjiv ji. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Dravya ji. I mean, what I feel is that for me, whether I'm a good mom, whether I'm a good educator, whether I'm a good person, whether I'm a good wife, everything comes down to what you're doing at that present moment, right? And I strive to do the best at that particular moment of time, depending on what the situation is. And if that comes forward as, doing things for the society, doing things for my students, I just try to try the best in it. And today, the moment of the hour is to speak about Dr. Phukan. So I don't know where to start. I know him since 2003. I got married and I came here to Phoenix, Arizona, and that's when my husband introduced me to him and his family. His daughter-in-law is actually my classmate. But I know them, Dr. Phukan and his wife, Deepak Phukan, very closely. And so closely that the sweet that I love from my home state, that my mom makes for me, his wife makes for me too. That's how close we are. And in a way that they have become my family. They have become my adopted parents here in the US. My parents are back in India. So this moment is very, very truly exceptional for me because I just don't have to talk to him as, my mentor, my guide, my light bearer, torch bearer, but also somebody who always is giving and thriving in what he does. So I know him as an engineer. I know him as an innovator. I know him as an entrepreneur. I know him as a person who would just walk into my house with hands full of gifts every single day. That's how, always. They would never come empty-handed. Even if it is something that is very close to their heart, they'll bring it. Plants, big deal with plants. I mean, everything grows in their house. They have an amazing green thumb. So everything that they do, every small aspect of their life, it means a huge deal for us because that shows love, and I'm very grateful, Dr. Phukan, that you are with me in this forum for the FII US chapter because I know with the experience and the extent of experience that you bring to this forum in every way possible is an enormous gift to this FII forum. And really, thankfully, I'm very, very excited, very, very grateful that you are here as my mentor, as my guide, as a vice president of US chapter. I deeply, deeply, deeply welcome you. And thank you for being who you are, because you are my light bearer, because I see you as a role model for myself.
Right. Thank you, Rachna ji.
That was such a kind introduction, and I think for a second, we all of us got a little emotional here.
Yeah, no, I was about to cry, so I said, okay, I should stop right now. And I could see for Dr. Phukan's face, and he's like, just going on and on and on, and he was getting overwhelmed. But like I said, I hold you in very high statures, Dr. Phukan. You mean a lot.
It's really an honor to have Dr. Phukan with us, and we are feeling like a family. Emotional touch. With the words you have used for Dr. Phukan, Rachna ji, I'm just feeling that I was also here with you. So, anyways, let's start, sir.
I'm sorry, I feel like I have put all of you guys in this maze
No,
right
no,
now
no.
that we don't know what
Ah,
to do.
no, Rachna ji, we love this moment. We feel honored and we feel very much loving and part of your these moments. You have shared and you have made us your part.
Absolutely. It's
Sir,
my honor.
yeah, sir, you were saying something, sir.
First of all, I want to thank Rashtra for the kind words she has said to me, and it is same thing. You see, sometimes it is a chemistry. Sometimes you can't love everybody. It's impossible. Sometimes it's called a chemistry. The thoughts, the behavior, and communications, everything. So this is the thing. I'll tell you one story. When I was a child, I'm a fourth child of my parents, and from childhood I was different. My parents always used to tell, I was sportsman, I'll play and all, and I never had time. I'll play soccer, cricket, and all, and then I had to study. I was very competitive. I want to be number one in the class, and I never in my preliminary high school never stood second. Same thing the other way, always very competitive. So my parents knew that I'm a little different. So even I remember always I'll have all goes to bed, I'll have dinner with my parents, and always then with mosquito net behind, I'll read. And she'll give me milk and other. And anyhow, this is the story. And I have mentioned some of the information about my childhood. I can't say all those things, but what I am saying, even the parents knows the children, what they want, how they behave, and they encourage if it is good. My father was the inspector of school. He used to go to school, so I used to want to inquisitive what he does in the school, what he is. So some places you can't go, we go bullock cart, some on a horse. Towards the end, we had car, English car. So anyhow, and the school, all my sisters, they go on the car, but I know I took the bicycle because after the school, I'll have to play some games. I can't go. So what I'm saying, every person in this world have to think themselves, and because yourself is the best friend, so so you have to decide what you want to be, and you have to work on it. And parents will help you, sure, certainly, but it is you. So I follow that, and I was very lucky. Like even I'll tell you, my initially with horoscope when you're born, then my actual name was Osut Pasanna Tamlipu. I said, Mom and Dad, oh my God, it's very hard. People won't know what. So I at the time, I read in the paper, radio, and other at the time, said Aurobindo Thakur. So I said to Mom and Dad, say, I want that name, Aurobindo Tamuli Phukan. Then Tamuli Phukan is our grandparents, big landlords he was. Then I thought, Aurobindo Tamuli Phukan, no. Aurobindo also name of God. So I put a lochan. I want to be God, son, Krishna's son. So like this, simple thing. Then last thing, when I took my US citizenship in 79, I was selected from Alaska to go to Russia under President Carter. I am one of the person on as an engineer in building under coal environment. So I was 3 months behind. So I called him consulate immigration office in Anchorage that, sir, I'm 3 months behind to get if I'm not US citizen, I can't go to Russia with such honor. They said, it'll be honor. You are selected from Alaska, whole nation, that's my first break. So then in that citizenship, I thought, Aravinda Losantam ALTP used to call me everybody. So I should get a new name. I'm now ES. So I changed to Arvind Phukan. That created a big problem. Something happened. Sorry.
Sir, everything is working fine. Please continue.
A picture. Then okay. Something shall I have to do in the picture is lost. So I can talk, but I can't see the picture. Okay. So anyhow, can you, what I should do in the
Dr. Phukan, we can hear you. Can you see us?
yeah, and now I see. Okay, sorry, something happened. I have problem my cell phone, my everything going something. Anyhow, cut this story short. What I'm trying to say. So I changed Arvind Phukan. My dad was very mad at me. Why did you change? At least put Tamuli Phukan. That came from your. Then dad, I said, Pete, don't worry about it because I'm now US citizen and I want to behave. I'll keep my Indian culture, but I have to see how I can be successful in USA. He understood. So anyhow, exactly when I was, matriculation from Jorhat in one of the biggest city there in Assam. So I did matriculation there and everybody thought I will stand and I didn't stand. And my father was very mad. And he said, you play cricket, you play soccer, all this, so you can't go to Cotton College. And I cried. I said to Mom, I want to go to Cotton College and that's the best college. Then Mom said, okay, don't worry, I'll take care. So we went to Dad and said, let him go. He'll get scholarship. He didn't study, he'll get scholarship. And he promised me he'll never play cricket, football. Then Dad said, okay, you become doctor. I didn't say anything. Mom, I already told, I want to be civil engineer. In the high school, I wrote even flood that time. I even went there, Dibrugarh, to see flood. So from childhood, I said, I'll build the first Brahmaputra bridge across Brahmaputra River. So that's another story will come later on. But anyhow, so on that condition, I never played any cricket, soccer, anything in Cotton College for 2 years. Only played table tennis, I become champion there. So anyhow, then I got the scholarship to go to, naturally did well. First exam, I stood number 1 in the Cotton College. So anyhow, what I'm saying, that's called the determination. You determine something in your life. It is you. And you can do that. And if you promise your parents, do something. And still I remember, sometime I come all my relatives sitting there, I'll say, hi, gone, disappear. They used to say, what kind of this guy, not social, nothing, no time. Then later on, Mom used to say, he has got a lot of things to do. So he has no time, social time, but other time, like marriage function and others, but not otherwise. So anyhow, that's my childhood. So Benares, same thing. So I got free. Then I start playing tennis. I become table tennis and all this. So did really well, our team, but never cricket, never soccer, because it takes a lot of time. Anyhow, then I got the Assam Natural Scholarship full, Assam. So Assam PWD I have to join. I see how my destiny is in Shillong, capital at the time. And at the time, the Assam State Electricity just started a dam project. And then so immediately, and told my dad, I'm not going to join flood control, PWD, because they're highly corrupt and all. I want to do something challenging. I heard Assam Electricity are going to build a dam, big thing. So I went to their office and I submitted my resume there, and I said, I need your decision by 2 days, because that was the ultimatum for the PWD, because after 7 days, they won't keep my position as assistant engineer. So cut the story short, the chief engineer there came, and he's a gold medalist for me, still I remember, and 3 guys. And first thing they asked me, you wrote in your in your application that you are only interested in the dam project, nothing else. Otherwise, he is not going to take any position. So they got inquisitive. How come you said there are dikes, there are roads, building, all this left? I said, no, only dam. I want challenge in my life. And they said, you can do the Borapani, that's 30 miles south from Shillong. There are tigers, there'll be all kinds. Can you do all this? I said, I don't care. I'll do that. Exactly I did. And I completed everything, 3 sites selected. With early morning, I'll go do and all. I had a zip, they give me a card too. Anyway, cut this story short. After 2 years, Central Water Commissioner, all the people, top people, they want to come and select the sites. The chief engineer said, we have a young engineer here. He'll show you his work, field work and design. They said, he's designing, he's just graduate. I said, yeah, he has done everything. He has already checked. So they looked at it. They said, we'll take it. Suddenly they said, oh my God, you did drilling, sampling, diversion tunnel, everything. So within 2 years, I became a subdivision officer. Okay, exactly 4 years we finished. In between, they sent me to Bhakra Dam to see how they stabilize foundation and all. Then Nagarjun Sagar Dam. I was the youngest engineer, all over, about 22 engineers. Cut this story short. Exactly 4 years we got it done. Then the chairman of the Assam Electricity Board said, Arvind, we'll send you to England. You as a subdivision will full scholarship all, finish it 1 year, reverse structure, hydro park, come back. I said, okay. So I went there, see my destiny. In the meantime, Assam was divided, small. Assam Electricity Board cut. And my most favorite chief engineer, he went to Shillong and he had a eye cataract and he walked the road, car hit him, he died. Then my related chief minister of Assam, Chalia, he used to smoke a lot. He had a heart attack, he died. Then see, in 1 year, 2, my favorite guy gone. Then I said, oh my God. Then anyhow, so we finish the course, river structure and this thing. We have to go to Scotland, study all the rivers, how it flows and all, because already I have done the dam design and construction. So I wrote the best thesis. We had 20 students in there. So we had a German professor, Professor Eger, still I remember him. So I'm about to go home and he said, you wrote the best thesis. You should do your doctorate. I said, what, sir? I can't because I came for 1 year. I have no money, nothing. And if I don't go back, my father has to give me all the expenses. That's the agreement we had, ASCB. So anyhow, cut the story short. So we started the word. He said, next word, he said, I'll pay you 3 years of full scholarship. I said, my God, I wrote, see what a destiny is, change. So I told my parents, he said, don't worry, go ahead. World is flat. You go ahead, do it. So, and don't worry about, I'll get the chief minister office and everything, chief minister office and take care of it. Don't worry. So after 1 year, Professor Eger, heart attack, he died. 1 year. Still I remember, I said, oh my God, who will teach me, give me directions and all. He was the top rock mechanics and dam design and all. Then I was about to, I said, I don't know what to do. Then I saw a young professor from Canada, Morgenstern. See how he came to my room and he said, I'm your now supervisor. And I already have seen your background. You got another 2 years of scholarship. How will you do your doctorate in 2 years? I said, I don't know. Dr. Eger gave me. He said it took him 5 years to do the doctorate in Imperial College. You have only 2 years. How will you do? I said, I don't know. I'm going back. No way with testing. And Then he said, okay, see, let me give some thought. Next day he came, he said, I look at your background, you are very strong in mathematics. So you have to learn computer, you do numerical analysis, all by computer. But you have to go to London University, Imperial College is not strong in this. Evening, go do there. And I want to see your, and you can do in 2 years. I took the challenge. I said, okay, I learned Fortran. Still, I remember Fortran. So I started in 3 months, I can program. And then see what the luck is. 1 year later, he was invited to give lectures in Canada. He was from Toronto, Vancouver, and Laval University, 3 universities. And he produced my numerical analysis of slope stability, and in not 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional I did with numerical, with mathematical program. So when he came back, I got 3 offers from Vancouver, Toronto, Laval University. They said they want me as a postdoctorate. I said, I am not finished it. I have still 3 months left. And then one of the professors from Laval University came there, see my work. Next day, he offered me a written. You come back, we'll pay everything. Plus, not only postdoctorate, you'll teach 1 class on numerical analysis, what you are doing. So we'll give you another 20,000 for that. So I said, no way. After I want to go back. That's my anyhow, cut the story short again. So anyhow, due to some trouble in my life, married life, so I decided, okay, better go to Canada. So I went to Canada and postdoctorate. And again, after 1 year, I thought goodbye to Canada and all. But the last paper in Montreal, still I remember, make a presentation about slope stability. And Dr. Golder, one of the top owner of a company in Toronto, was there. So he already checked with Professor Connie Lowe and La Rochelle and all. By the way, when I was there in Laval University, is 99% is French, without learning French. So I learned French in three months. They learn écouter, de penser, tipu. Still I can speak French, anyhow. Cut the story short. So he said, we need you because we have a new firm. We can send you to Australia or here because we have projects all slope stable. We need computer application. So can you join us? I said, no, I have not seen my parents almost 4 years now. I want to go home and decide what to be done. So if you give me one month, then I'll tell you my decision. Give me your, if I join you, I'll write you a letter from there. Otherwise, I like to see Assam. So this is destiny, my parents. My parents said, when I went there, that especially my father, he said, you go back. You don't have to stay here. My father said, you golden opportunity. And I told Dad, this is the new area and God, and because Assam is all divided and they're not as, with a doctorate, you have to join the university and teaching. So what is this? And ASCB cut down everything. So I came back. And afterward, joined Golder and amazing. So with that experience, 5 years, and then in the meantime, my professor came back from Imperial College to in Edmonton as a full professor, and he and me, we did consulting all over because I was his first PhD student. He treated me like a son, And anyway, cut the story. I have written all about him in my book, and a lot of story. And he's one of the mentor, I should say, like Rasna saying, I'll be glad to be her mentor. She'll be really successful, I know. So anyhow, cut the story short. So he came, and then suddenly big pipeline came. and they want somebody to design under the coal environment. Then professor, because he was well-known around the world, he has nonlinear theory. And he said, Arvind, you have to make that theory also, numerical analysis, and you have to, all in the meantime, we publish papers and all these things, different countries, anyhow, international, anyhow. So suddenly I got a call from a large company I know, Woodward Clyde from California. That we already know about you from Dr. Morgenstern. Here is our offer. We'll get you to Houston. Then you have to design the pipeline. We'll do your immigration, everything. Just fill up, sign this, and that's it. I said, no, present job. I was doing a major project again in Sudbury. So anyway, in Toronto there. So I said, give me a 1 month, then we'll. So cut this story short, then went to Houston. Our eldest son born Canada. In the meantime, I married second time. So then Houston, our daughter was born. And then suddenly, year and a half, big problem in USA for oil and all this. So whole office, they want the pipeline to be built. And so whole office transferred to Anchorage. So anyhow, cut the story short again. So I didn't want to go. I said, hey, my contract at 5 years in Houston, Texas. And my wife saying, we have young children, Alaska is so cold, we won't go. So I called my main guy in principal for Woodward Clyde, say, buy my contract another 3 years and we'll be here. They said, no, don't do that. He flew back from California to Texas, and he said, sit down with him. He said, okay, talk with your wife and see what you want. What do you mean, what do you want? What do you, he said, you want something so that your wife will be happy, like we'll pay down payment, all the expenses and all this down payment of house. What I'm trying to say is opportunity again. We took a risk. So we said, okay. So we end up in Alaska. So this is the story how from Anchorage we end up in Alaska. See, it is, I still call, is a termination. It is also a combination of destiny. Then the rest of them, after pipeline, I become professor, and I wrote there's no textbook on frozen ground engineering. I joined as senior associate. I was never assistant. Then I published then, in 86, I become world famous. All around the China, Russia, Norway, everywhere. So I like that. So what I'm trying to say, I was fortunate and saw what is needed. Exactly I did that. So if I have not written that frozen ground engineering book, I would not have been here or successful. Same thing, this is the last story I'll tell you. Very interesting why I'm sitting in front of you. So I was full professor, our eldest son and daughter, all very successful, all Ivy school went. They came vacation for a week, Anchorage. In the meantime, we had third son in Norway. So anyway, what happened is they said that we have been here almost a week, but we have never seen you. You work 7 days, 70 hours a week. We won't see you. We'll have a heart attack and all. So you decide you want your professor or your business. So is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, because I don't see the pictures again, lost, I think. So anyway, cut the story short. So I look at the university policy. If you have 20 years and 55, you can retire. So I took the retirement, see, at the age of 55. Otherwise, I won't be sitting because as a professor, I did everything. I wrote the first book, another 3-4 books, travel around the world. So better focus on your business and make some more money. So anyhow, after that, I joined Rotary, and that's another big story in my life. Through Rotary, my passion came through, provide clean, safe water in poorer villages. So I did in Africa, India, and all, and I came to know about the flood and erosion problems, especially Majuli. So that's the end of my, now at present, good story. Last thing, I got PPGB as a NGO in Delhi last week. I registered it. So I think with Deepak Ji also I came to know he knows something. Maybe we can do something. That's my last word. Hopefully we'll save Majuli and also save many places in India from flood and erosion. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you guys. Nice meeting you, all of you, especially for introducing me.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey with us. I could barely touch the tip of the iceberg when I was introducing your profile.
Yeah.
Sir, your passion, it reflects in your work, it manifests in your work, the kind of work you do. And I was going through one of your interviews and I did come across the same line that you just said right now, that your passion has always been to provide clean and safe drinking water and proper sanitation facilities and hygiene education to the needed and poor rural communities in the world. So, what vision do you have for India's environment, for India's water resources, and how could you, being the vice president of the US chapter, what vision do you carry for the same?
Okay, this is a very good question. The vision. So I think my vision is for FI, Federation of Indian Industries, P, is, I think, first of all, let's see, you got 39 chapters already, and see which one is very successful, which area, okay, and take the model first. Because don't have to reinvent the wheel. First, we are initially. So take that model, and also we each person in the committee have different experience and found out what their vision is also. My vision naturally already first is Assam, northeast part of India, and where there are many industry, they need help. Like I know near Nagaon to Guwahati, there used to be silk factory collapse. I know they have already oil, and they can have jute factory, they can have tea already there. So they're very resourceful, and especially now, organic stuff, organic agriculture aspect. The agriculture, Assam is agriculture. Now Punjab is more advanced because they're more modern, using missionaries and other. Assam, no. And also one crop, 6 months, they can do easily with the water, like Maharashtra, that water projects I did. They had water only 3 months. I gave water, some villages, no electricity. I did solar pump and all these things. So what I'm saying, we have to see how the people economy can better, so that people have better life. So another with flood and erosion, what I'm trying to do is called smart village, like our Prime Minister said, the smart village makes sense, and that way economy. So my vision is, as our group first, maybe see what model is really working, and then look at the other aspect, what is not working, so how we can improve it. So so we have to stepwise. This is the way I always in my life I did vision. Every 5 years you have to, every 5 years you can double your income. That is always good. Say industry, same thing. If their income, people going better, they'll do better. And so that's my initial thoughts are. Any question?
Sir, if given an opportunity, is there anything that you would like to say to the government on the same to help build a better, cleaner India, a greener India?
Yeah. India, I think due to coronavirus, really affected. I think India is affected really badly. USA also, a lot of people lost their jobs and all. The coronavirus first top priority, same back USA. Biden is doing the same thing. The first, naturally, the coronavirus, who are affected, who give them extra money, get something, help them. So they have the basic stuff to their food and all. And so our group, maybe if we can raise some fund and help these people, especially the industry which is failed due to coronavirus, that should be one top priority, I think, if we can. And also some industry who are doing well and they can help. So it is a matter of the communication and matter of like one of your goal, the communication between the government and your group and our group. So if we can communicate really well with the federal government, or you call it central government, and I actually, unfortunately, as I mentioned, I saw their budget and all in Hindi. I didn't see, I can read it, what kind of money, So this is another request I'll have. It's something I'm be honest with you. At this stage now, I can speak a little Hindi, but reading is a little hard. So I need to find out how the budgets are and see what we can do, So.
Sir, in this budget, there has been a great emphasis on building a cleaner India, on water resources, for environment. The finance minister has allocated good budgets for these sectors per se. And for COVID, I think a sum of 35,000 crores has been allocated for the COVID vaccine.
Yes, that's excellent. Yeah, I saw that. And somebody invented that vaccine, right? So Indian right. And going, and that's good. I know India is very strong in pharmaceutical stuff, very strong. I know that from childhood, I know. So I think that'll be great. Do you think by summer, I used to go 4 times to India, 4 times. Now I have an office, CPGP office in Delhi. So I'm really serious to do something some way, and I'm sure with connection with your group, with our group FIA, and I think it'll help both what I was thinking, and also I'll able to help something. So my big connection is Rotary, and I know all incoming president. I know, so we'll see what we can do. And the last thing I want to say, 17th of February, I'll have a talk with the ambassador, Indian ambassador to ESA, Mr. Jodu. I think, and already the what is his name, Dr. Prasad, he's the Chancellor, he's the Consulate General of India in San Francisco, So he already I mentioned about the FIA, and I said I want all the industries who are exporting to USA, who are, You might have that also, but I want to know all those and see who are doing really well in terms of export, and also here some Indian industry. Here a lot of Indians doing really well in New York, Texas, and California, and we need to find those and this communication. See what we can do. Our group, So these are some of the things with guys. My vision is always make better. That and ask each of them the Rotary motto: service above self. So do the service and don't expect it'll come, better. And by the way, all the money from my book selling goes to CPGB. So I'm contributing. So we try to do something. And so, time is flies away. So that's the most, you have to really plan. Yeah, that's the most important part of life. Yeah.
So one thing I want to ask,
Yeah.
like you got a chance to live in almost 5 countries,
Yeah.
and apart from the profession and passion you have, uh, I just wanted to know that you got a chance to interact with a different culture and different living standards.
Yeah.
So like now our respected prime minister is also promoting health sector and clean India, water resources. So
Yeah.
whenever we are in struggling mode, we s- uh, uh, we face lots of challenges regarding profession, but that is a professional part. But in personal part, when we talk about our health,
Yeah.
we need to take care. Generally, 90% people don't care about their health
Yes.
when they are in struggling mode. They don't take care about the health because they have the passion. They are passionate about their profession.
Secondary.
Yeah, but what was your thought about your health during your struggling period, and how you cope up with those challenges when you were facing? And because uh, one thing is, when we are passionate about our profession, we
Yeah.
don't take care about our health. But
Yeah.
the second thing is, when we change the location,
Yeah.
then we face the challenges regarding health, regarding our food, regarding the cleanliness.
Yeah.
So how that first tell me what the other differences are you have faced
Yeah.
in
Okay.
different locations, and then what is how you cope up with these kind of challenges.
Yeah. Sanjiv, it's a very good questions. And one big thing I learned in Norway, because the office, everybody, two things I learned. The office, everybody bike. It goes bicycle, they never drive. Okay, in the weekend, they never work. What happened is I was behind my research. I was doing there one big island way north, like Alaska. It has 100% actually frozen ground. So I designed everything. So I was a little behind 1 year, 6 months. And so I went to the director. I said, could you give me a key so I can work weekend? He said, no, don't you know, Norwegian never work, only 5 days. 2 days, they relax, they do their health and everything. They do the, skiing and all these things. So you have to take your health. So I learned from there. And they eat very healthy food. And also TV, evening no TV like that. So we were surprised. We had 2 sons and a young son born anyway. So what happened is, from my dad, I learned about keeping health. As I used to eat meat each day, okay? Then in the younger days, then slowly my father said, you should be vegetarian and you cut down your meat. So I started taking more fish, okay? Slowly, Then he said after he lived till 90, excellent health. Always he walks. We had a river near our home. He always walked there. So in Alaska, we did so. Though they have interior, you can I was a tennis player, and so playing tennis, whole family, I made them to play tennis. Then sabbatical leave I did, went to Vermont there near skiing place, so all skiing. So I learned all those things, skiing and children all. So I made them to, so exactly we also, so we know always good food, take care of health, especially when I retired. And my children always give me books during my birthday. One gave me a book, eldest son. This book was the workaholic, the healthy life for a workaholic person. Another one gave 1,000 places he visit before he died. Then, a couple of years back, my youngest son gave me a book called Dare to be 100, D-A-R-E. D stands for diet, A stands for amplitude, R relaxation, and E exercise. Dare to be 100. So in that book is 99 steps. Most days exercise. Now with this, I started golfing round about, we brought this winter home. I'm in a winter home. I play golf now, Tuesday, Thursday, 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Walk each day, me and my wife. This keeping me fit. So my goal is, you'll be laughing, I'm telling you this all, want to be 100, okay? So this is, so what I'm saying in my book also, I say, you have to read like the founder of the famous Steve, Apple, he's good. So, and we had a lot of good philosopher and all. Read those books. My library was my most friend, I should say. I spend more time in the library than any other. Still, I go here, library, Anchorage Library, King County, Seattle is the best library. They have 50 different. Actually, I got sanctioned to lectures on the 50 libraries about my book. So anyway, what I'm saying is you have to top priority about health. And nowadays, doctors now, you have to tell them, the doctor, they should not diagnose, they should not try do all those different tablets, especially painkiller. Never take painkillers, very bad to your health. So I brought a book 20 years back when we came here, Mayo Clinic, one of the top Italian doctor. I went to him. I said, my cholesterol is more than 200, I know. And I have problem in my hand, arthritis little. So he said, fix me. I want to live longer and good health. And he fixed me all. And due to him, I think, and morning I do, this is the last story I'll tell you. My neighbor, he's 10 years back, he was 80 years. So one day after golfing, he golfs too. And he said, I said, oh, we'll play tomorrow. That will be Wednesday. He said, he has to do yoga class. He has military. So then he said, oh boy. Then he said, you're from India, I'm sure you do yoga and meditation. This is 10 years back. Then I said, no. Shame on you, Arvind. You don't know from India yoga and meditation. I said, come on. So next day I went with him to yoga. From there, now I took a video, I do. Now morning, I do half an hour, then meditation and all this. So I think this is to another thing, very important. When you are very stressed, just lie down, do 10 minutes meditation. It'll be great. and always make a habit at least 20 minutes yoga. And your health will be really good. And walking is the best exercise, minimum 30 minutes, 30 minutes per day. So, so these are the things I hope our children, my wife, everybody is healthy. That's why I think and no bad habit, no smoking, and only social. Only glass of wine is good, red wine, good. Not other drinks. But in England, when in England I used to smoke, cigarette, all these things. So as you gradually came to know, no smoking, never. So that's a bad habit. And this is another laughing story. I remembered me. 20 of us going from London to Glasgow on train. So we are sitting, and one couple from Scottish couple sitting. So he was sitting next to me. So where you are going? I said, we are going to Glasgow and study all the dams. And then he said to his wife, all the young fellows going, come on, open a bottle of whiskey, from the suitcase. She brought it up, and then he is drinking like this, no ice, nothing. So everybody, and I said, no, I've never drank raw like that. I always water, ice, or something. No, Scottish people drink raw like this. You have to do. He showed me how to. Still, I remember as I was drinking, my heart is burning. I feel that. So like that, Scottish people are the most friendlier people in the world. Very helpful, and they're very, very nice. So like same thing in Norway, amazing people, amazing. I have friends. And so every country, and Canadian also, every country. And also you have to, it is two-way street, and if you are not friendly, if you are not helpful, then, okay, last story I'll tell you. In Norway, when our youngest son, so doctor allowed that after 27 days, you can take him out. So our other two, one was 9, one was 8, and he is born. So we thought, I asked my Canadian friend where we go for. So we have been, not out picnic, go for a picnic, nice place. Yeah. So he told me there's a lake there. Yeah, about 1 hour's drive, and there, you can have a nice picnic. So I went, whole family. So we thought suddenly a lot of people are playing and all. I didn't look around. So I said to our son and daughter first, they take this tablecloth and put it there. And then they put, and they're giggling. They put their head down and giggling. I said, what's wrong? Why are you giggling? Why not putting? Then he said, Dad, see around what's going on. I saw everybody naked. They're playing volleyball and all. So I said, my God, let's stop this. And so we went near the fjord, where there's a nice park. Same thing there. This is the weekend, and there's swimming and all. So anyhow, we end up going home. So next day, I told my Norwegian friend, why didn't you tell me that there people will be naked and all this? But he said, nah, we are Norwegian, close to nature. Still, I remember. So what I'm saying, they're very friendly, and nothing wrong in there. It's an amazing country, amazing all. So we're very fortunate to visit those places and stay, so learn each one. Yeah. So I think India also, I saw some the hotel I went, I saw people are swimming. Swimming is another very good exercise. They do. Right here, everybody, you can swim, you can dance, you can everything, whatever you like. It's called most active senior population here, gated community. So exactly, you have to take care of yourself. You are your best friend. So
the research says that 30 minutes of cardio every day, I think that's the least that you could do.
Yeah.
So the book that you've written, The Determination to Succeed.
Yes.
I strongly recommend that the viewers, the audience for our show today, they pick that book up and do give it a read. The country celebrates you, sir, people like you, visionaries like you, and I would only ask you for the last question that I would ask you is that what should be the takeaway for all the people who are watching this today? And everybody starts small, and their vision usually restricts to putting food on the table and taking home some money. But people like you, sir, they move outside of the country, and the country give the country a reason to celebrate them for years to come. So, what should be the takeaway for the young people and people in general watching this show today?
Yeah, my main, I should say, the suggestion that first thing, all of them have to dream high first. They want to be dream high, not because if you dream low, that means it's easy. If you put a dream longer, okay, depending on I believe everybody is good at something. That's my theory. And there's many books, English books, I have read. And suppose you are good at something, your science, arts, or uh, anything, or carpentry, plumbing, or whatever it is, and you have to see how you can improve in that profession, okay, how you can do better things. And always you have somebody as a mentor, somebody, always you work for somebody, okay, somebody you are working. And your boss, whoever boss, he asks you to do something, never say no. Oh, I don't know. You learn yourself, then you say, okay, we'll try. Then you say, okay, maybe this is the thing. So never, in other words, whoever your boss, always try to make happy. Whatever he was, work hard and on timely basis, then this immediately impression goes, and he will say, okay, he can recommend anytime. That's why all the job, like my professor there, recommended, see? So otherwise I won't have got it out of thousands of students or graduate PhDs. Why he gave me? Because he thought I'm sincere, do the things you want to do exactly. In other words, your character, in integrity character. If you build a character and no bad habit, no. If you want success, if you want to have a good habit and be honest, and sometimes naturally you get upset with this and this, but there's a way to get out. So workplace is a very important, most of the people, and you can see a lot of in India, especially Assam, we call, when I was young they're very lazy. Assamese with 6 months they work, 6 months monsoon period they don't work. It's so resourceful, agriculture, So what we have to do, show them the way how we can do better, and it will work. And so it is step-by-step process, and you can't be rich in one step. So you have to decide. The last thing is called savings. Suppose you earn, say, 1,000 rupees per day, just an example. So you have to see how much your expenditure and in renting the place, on your food or your bicycle. So try to save at least 20%, goal 20, then 30. America is the worst country in the world. Do you know they're saving 3%? Japan is the highest. Japan, India also good, pretty good, I think, 15, 20. So the savings. So this, they have to learn from our young generation doesn't know, just big all spend or goes. So I think if they do that, then they have can do something, and then naturally education is the number one priority. And India is doing well in terms of education, I think. So but my question is the quality of education. If we just educate everybody, not some, maybe vocational is better. In Assam, we had a major last month, big webinar regarding smart city from the University of Melbourne. So exactly, I asked them, a lot of IIT professor and Assam engineering professor, I said, we have a lot of colleges in Assam, and how many vocational? Everybody wants to go to college and all, but they're not good at it, So you should get more vocational training so that they can, nowadays, computer, if you're good at it, you see now 3 crores Indians here, and in Seattle and Phoenix, how many Indians? And see, most of them were from where? South India, South, not very few. They're good at mathematics. And so what I'm saying is, so depending on their background and strongness, go for that. And that way, I think they'll do well in their life. Otherwise, if you take the wrong place, suppose I could have a doctor, I will not be sitting talking to you. So I went against my parents, so my father. So exactly what I'm saying, you have to have your passion, what you like to do. So there are 3 kinds of people always, I say, and I was the most strict professor when I was teaching, like Rashna. And I used to say, somebody teaching, talking, and the chalk I used to throw, or pencil, throw them. I said, hey, why you are talking? You're here, you don't like, get out. Just threw them out. If you talk during my lecture, my goal, as a professor, to teach you. Okay, if you're not interested in doing, get out. So I was known as the most strict professor, and I never give F, because everybody I want. Because soil mechanics, these are, if your foundation is bad and design, your structure, nothing. You can have a very good architect, but if your foundation is not good, then what is the help? Exactly, life is like that. Your foundation, what you're built on. So if you do that, and general people likes that, and that's, if you can achieve that, and we'll be successful in life. That's that's my theory.
Yes, thank you, sir. I want to add something, like you said, that whatever we are facing the struggle in life, we should be positive.
Yeah.
My personal
optimistic. Yes.
My personal experience is also like that. We can choose one thing, either positive, either negative. So we should be positive.
Yeah,
so,
I agree 100%.
And then another thing, what I want to add is that whatever we want from the people, that we want to receive from the people, we should give them.
Yeah.
So generally we think negative and expect positive. Then that is not possible in this world.
Yeah, no.
So law of attraction always works. So that's the thing I wanted to add when I was just correlating your theory with my experience, like you said.
Thanks.
So,
I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think when I compare that, all my relatives to say, I'm a very proud guy. Proud, they used to tell me. Then one of my sisters said, no, he's not proud. He's a Napoleon. He compared, she said, he's not a proud, you are not talking to you. He has prioritized what he wants to do in his life. The time he live, 24 hours a day. You have to sleep 8 hours, okay? Less than you eat and all study. So he has so much activity. In sixth grade, I was playing cricket for, reason, in Upper Assam, Lower Assam. I was sixth grade. Yeah, I was a spinner, like as I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is we have India is such a diversified. We have north, south, east, west, and all this in the people, and food habits are all different. So I made a cultural association of India in Anchorage in '82. Okay, so we had people from south, north, and all. So we used to meet and celebrate all this, and and as soon, see, I kept 2 years, then I had to go to the sabbatical leave. And I put a guy from Punjab. So he's from the north. So he likes being a Sikh, Punjabi, all the northern music. And he forgot southern, completely. Everybody left. He's wholly combination. So you have to see as a culture to maintain it, And so then I made a temple there. In Indian for all. So we are, what I'm trying to say, when you're young, I'm telling you indirectly my life. Initially, I was not as religious, okay? At home, we had our own prayer place and all this, but as you go older, as you're aging, you're more closer to the God. Everything, a lot of people doesn't believe like destination, so fate, destiny, and all this is maybe a luck. No, it's not a luck. There's something, I think, I'm reading now, they call destiny. What is the destiny is. And interesting thing in life, they all have different opinion. And, I think India being a very religious, praying God, because a lot of people has a lot of different problems. They get a relief. That's something they're doing it, So these are something you need, especially Benares. I have seen a lot of people went there to die there. And, he thinks if you die, you go to heaven, and they have a burning place. The fire is always there, A lot of things you see in your experience, and then see where you can get a better out of it, how you can do better. So and I think India being such a diversified country, our most democracy is there. That's why I think, and religious belief, I think. So that's why it's a unity in diversity I call. And a lot of people ask me from India, they asked me a lot of questions. I said, you better come and see India, how it is. India has, out of so many, I think middle-class people has come up. We have a big difference between poor and very rich. Now, I think middle class has come up. So that's the big improvement, I think. So.
Yes, so rightly, I think wonderfully put by you, and I think it's a major insightful takeaway for all the people who will be watching this. And I would also request Ms. Nath to give the thank you note to Dr. Phukan for joining us today.
One thing that I would definitely like to say is attitude, right? And you can see from Dr. Phukan's talk that impression that he leaves on people. And I can tell my personal story, because when I came here in 2003, I was very frustrated for not finding a job, and then I ended up getting a volunteer job at one of the hospitals. And I was volunteering everywhere, from the surgical unit to the emergency room to the council, which is where you transfer calls within the hospital. So I was always smiling, and I always used to say good morning to everybody, irrespective of whether they would respond back to me or not. And 3 months into the volunteering job, one lady comes up to me and says, I've been watching you all this month. Do you want a job? I'm like, I didn't apply for anything. Yes, I have a work permit in US, but I never applied. And she's like, no. I know you have a wonderful attitude. So I would like you to take the job as the cashier at the cafeteria, which is in the hospital itself. So I ended up cleaning tables and floors and cashiering at the hospital. That was my first ever job in the US. And that attitude, I think, is something that carries people a long way. You know, people, and being negative is a part of who we are. But, and it's you have to balance things a lot. When bad things happen to you, you are definitely sad, you become negative. But overall, if you have a good attitude towards things, even bad things that happens to you, it gives you a lot of perspective. You take that attitude and you say, okay, bad things have happened to me. How can I make it positive? And that's exactly what I have seen in Dr. Phukan's attitude, like his positivity, his strength in character, you know, his determination to succeed, as his book says, as to what can take a person from a very simple livelihood from rural parts of Assam to where he is right now. That is determination to succeed and nothing else. And his positivity that has made him so much, brought him to this caliber. And thank you so much, Dr. Phukan, for being here today. It is our absolute pleasure to have hosted you with Dr. Jain and Sanjiv ji, and my heartfelt thanks to you. We look forward to working with you with the FII US chapter, with many, many things to come, and we'll just promise to give our best. And thank you so much, Dr. Phukan. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Once again, thank you, Dr. Phukan ji, and thank you, Rachna ji. I must say before closing this program, this is not the one of the best. This is the best program till we have done.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Sanjiv ji, for giving this opportunity to us. And Dravya ji, we look forward to talking with you many more. We have lots of amazing people around that we really need to address and introduce in this forum, because like Dr. Phukan, there are people who inspire us in many different ways, and we need the positivity and we need that determination to succeed.
One more thing I want to add. Like you are thanking me, I thank Deepak Ji, who gave us this opportunity to this program, and we are being honored with this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.